So I'm still reeling from what's happened with Reese, and I don't feel the need to have my. Well, I guess I get my video going, but it's not even so much about Reese. Actually, I'm thinking here. I'm just thinking like people in general have really exposed themselves as being shitty people in the past couple of days, and I'm really disappointed. Like, I was disappointed in humanity before, to a large degree, but amazingly, my disappointment has reached a new depth. Like, okay, so live streamed, I was live streaming, talking and playing music, but live streaming, while Reese and I were breaking up this morning, okay, for the umpteenth time. And I shared that video with someone because they were expecting me to call them or something, and I wasn't able to call that person because I was dealing with this drama with Reese, and I just sent the person a link to the live stream, like, this is what I was dealing with, sorry I wasn't able to get that back to you. And that person responded by calling me out and basically saying that, like, I had, criticizing my behavior. And really, like, if you listen to that live stream, I don't see how my behavior could be criticized. Like, really, like, that's what you get from it. That's what you get from it, is that I should be criticized. Like, I mean, he's outright verbally abusive to me in the live stream. And, like, I don't want to, I haven't replayed it because it's not fun. It's not, I've lived it once, I don't want to relive it. So I haven't actually replayed the whole thing. But I know that he's caught in several, like, backtracking and lies and things not adding up. But, in that live stream. But I just replayed a little segment of it. And it's shocking to me how rude and verbally abusive he is to me, and how calm, cool, and collected I remained during that. And and it boggles my mind how anyone could watch any bit of that live stream and think that I'm the one who needs to be criticized. Like, that is mind-boggling to me. And what just happened? And a little bit, what is going on here? Like, my fucking computer is fucking possessed. I'm fucking telling you. I don't get it. Like, what's going on here with my computer? Like, why is it acting so fucking weird? Like, oh my god. Things are moving by themselves. Like, I swear to God, there's something fucked up going on right now. Why is it doing this? Like, I'm trying to talk. I should be seeing my thing here. Okay, yes. Like, I mean, I was just listening to a piece of that live stream, and in it, he says, "You're a shitty person." That's what Reese said to me. I'm a shitty person. He admittedly said earlier in the live stream that I had been very good to him. I have an email from him where he said that I treated him better than anybody has ever treated him of any of the people he's known in Kamloops. But at a certain point today, I simply was trying to say, can we part ways and not have any hard feelings and not try to create problems for each other going forward? And he said, you're assuming things and you're a shitty person. And, you know, I mean, that's verbally abusive. That is to be attacking someone's character like that, to say you are a shitty person. Like, that kind of language is, for instance, is not allowed in debate. It's not allowed in the House of Commons, for instance, right? Like, you're not allowed to make a personal attack on someone. You can say your conduct is shitty, right? What you're saying is shitty, but you are a shitty person. Like, that goes to the core of the person. Like, that is the definition, the textbook definition of verbal abuse, right? It's very clear, a very clear cut. And so I don't see how anybody could watch that live stream and think that I'm in the wrong. And this is a friend of mine, this person. I thought it was a friend. The other part of it is I'm a shitty person. Like, I've done so much for him. He came to my house. He was rude as fuck. I gave him a place to stay. I gave him food. I gave him clothing. I had to watch him and make sure that he was okay because he's on down. He refused to take a shower the first night he was here. When he did take a shower, I had to, you know, keep his privacy, but at the same time check in on him every once in a while to make sure that he's not passing out in the shower and dying because he's nodding off, right? So I'm doing all of this and I'm called a shitty person. And I went downtown to get him because I was worried about him at a certain point. And but I came prepared. I wasn't going down. Like, his girlfriend used to come over to where we would hang out at when I first met him, and she'd literally, like, drag him by the ear out. So I didn't take that approach. I took the approach of, I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to come down with some drinks. I'm going to, you know, frame it like we're going to hang out. I wasn't making it like I'm dragging him away. I wasn't condescending at all the way she was. And he did come with me, and we were collecting empty cans on the way home, and he jumped into a dumpster and took, in the process of collecting cans, he jumped into a dumpster. I mean, I don't do that kind of a thing. That's not how I collect cans. And I'm assuming he must have taken down when he was in the dumpster, because at a certain point, like, why is my mouse moving by itself? Why is the cursor moving by itself? What would be causing that? At a certain point, he like was non-responsive. I told him I wanted to leave. I wanted to go home. It was getting late and I was cold. He said, walk around the parking lot. By the time you come back, I'll be ready to leave. Okay. So I did that. When I came back, he was non-responsive. And I wasn't sure if he was okay or not. I had to make sure he was still breathing. And he was still breathing. And so then it's like, how am I going to get him out of the dumpster? So I went to a park nearby, hoping to find some mutual friends, maybe somebody who could help me get him out of the dumpster. I found somebody. I didn't find anyone except for somebody who threatened to attack me. So I got myself out of that park. Then I sent a text message to another friend asking if they could come down and pick us up in their vehicle to get him home. No response. Okay. I didn't know what to do. I've never been in this situation before. And it just so happened, like, he he asked his mother to e-transfer money for him, but into my account because he doesn't have a bank card where he could access it. And but the thing is, I had left my bank card at home, so I didn't have it on me. I told him that too, earlier in the night, and he got snappy at me for saying that. I'm like, I just think you should know, like, you know. And then what happened? Let me have a bite of this. So the mother transferred the money into my account, but I couldn't get it because my bank card's at home. I'm quite a distance away. Like, go home and get the card and come back. I mean, anything can happen to him in the meantime. He's passed out in a dumpster. And so that wasn't going to work. Like, what was I going to do? And it was around closing time for the bars, and I walked up to this bar. You know, this is the main street of Kamloops. I walked down the street several times a week, collecting cans from the from the garbage cans on the sidewalk. And you know, but that's what I do, right? And I don't do crimes. I don't steal. I don't panhandle. I don't ask. I've never in my life done that. I've never asked for like spare change from anyone, or like, that's not what I do. I just collect cans. But it was an emergency. Like, he could die in that dumpster. So, you know, swallow your pride and maybe ask for some help. And so I approached these two women, and I started to explain what was going on, and they were so rude. Like, they were so nasty. Like, I would be embarrassed to be them. And in the end, they said, we're not going to help you. We'll call 911 if, you know, to get him in an ambulance. That's all we'll do. And, you know, it occurred to me as I was talking to them, well, I guess what I could do in this situation where I want to make sure he's okay. I don't want to leave him, but I don't have money on me to get him home. I'll just stay with him all night in the dumpster. I mean, where else do I need to be? I mean, I was in love with him, and so where else did I need to be but with him while he was in that dumpster? I could personally make sure that he would be okay, and then I wouldn't need to ask people for money or rides home or anything like that. So that kind of occurred to me as I was speaking to them. And so that's what I said to them. I'm like, you know, it's okay. I'll just spend the night with him in the dumpster and make sure he's okay. And they were so nasty, these women. Like, these are strangers, but I'm calling them out because, like, what is wrong with people? Like, they said to me, they're like, because when I said that, okay, well, I'll stay with him in the dumpster and just make sure he's okay. And they were like, yeah, get back to the dumpster. Like, really? I don't, like, as if I'm from a dumpster. Like, I've never spent a night in a dumpster ever in my life. I don't dumpster dive. Like, that's not, like, and even if I did, like, why would you talk like that to someone? And they should have been able to see from the look on my face that there was something clearly wrong. And, you know, and like I say, I walk by this bar several times a week. Have I ever, in the past 3 years, have I ever once ever asked anyone for money there? No. So it was an exceptional situation where somebody's life was on the line. You know, he didn't need an ambulance because he was still breathing. And that, I just felt like that would have been overkill. If he was, I mean, if he's mad at me for just making idle conversation or telling him things that are important, imagine how mad he would be if I did that. So that wasn't really a valid option. And so I went back to the dumpster and I spent the night in the dumpster with him. My clothes are filthy as a result. It stunk. And it was kind of magical in a way. Like, because I've never had that experience. And it felt weird. Like, it felt like I'm going to remember it forever. And because I wanted to make sure, A, that he's still breathing, you know, because I don't know, if he's left on his own, he might take more down too, right? So, A, that he's still breathing, and B, that nobody's going to come in there and attack him. And he's unconscious, he's defenseless. So, that's what I did. I spent the whole night with him. And then we walked back home that morning. And, you know, and I've taken care of him. And the first night he was here, I'm like, I'll take care of you. And he's like, I need someone to take care of me. And I'm like, it's okay, I will. I'll take care of you, please. So I've been so sweet to him. I'm kind to a fault to him. And for him to say that I'm a shitty person, and, you know, he went onto my Text Now app on my computer and went and read through my past text messages, even after I told him I didn't want him to. He had messages between me and my husband from months back up on my screen at one point. I mean, I don't really have anything to hide. I'm not really that worried about it, but it's an invasion of privacy, and it's disrespectful because I told him not to. And he had been texting his mom, and he basically owes me money for everything that I paid for him. And he's acknowledged that in the past as well. And apparently his mother is loaded because he asks her for money almost every other day, and she gives it to him. And so, you know, it would have been nice as a parting gesture for him to maybe ask her to pay me some of the money he owed me for everything I've done. And I said that. I'm not demanding it, you know, but I'm just putting it out there. It might be a nice thing for you to do. And at first he said no, and then he said yes, he would. And but I could see that he texted her, but he deleted all the messages from her. And he was concerned then that I would message her. So he started messaging her and saying, he's going to keep calling you, texting you, harassing you, block this number. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't even know his mother. I've never met her. But I'm looking after him, basically. I'm keeping him alive. Do I really need to be blocked from his mother? I mean, now we're breaking up. I guess that's not happening anymore. But, like, just the way he treated me like garbage. Like, just like trash to be disposed of. And that's not new, because he's done that before. That's what he did, like, on the big ghosting that happened. It's the second ghosting, which was the big one. He treated me like at a push of a button, it was like, delete, never talking to you again. From full-on love to delete. And it really took me aback, because I was... And he did that again, and he's calling me a shitty person in the live stream, and he's doing all kind. That's not the only thing. I mean, he's very rude and very abusive. And even one of my friends who I sent that to was finding fault with me. You know, I'm just rehashing all these things, and then I'm thinking about the women outside the bar who were so nasty and telling me to get back to the dumpster, like as if I should be ashamed. Like, I'm looking after a friend. No, all these people should be ashamed. Everybody in this story, except for me, needs to be ashamed. But they are putting shame onto me. my friend who I shared the live stream with, Reese himself, his mother for being such a gullible enabler, and these women, you know, you don't need to be rude about it. If you don't have, maybe they don't have the $10. I asked for $10 for a cab to get him home. If you don't have the $10, then you don't have it, or maybe you don't want to give it. Whatever, you can just say no. But to, like, they were so catty, and they were putting me down and telling me to go back to a dumpster, and they were just so rude about it. Somebody who's trying to help a friend in crisis, and they're making me to feel ashamed. Like, wow, like. And so when I say in this live stream, I'm too good for most people, how am I supposed to feel? How else am I supposed to feel when people act this way? Like, consistently, all the people around. How am I supposed to feel? Like, I've done nothing wrong. I think my behavior is commendable. And the way I kept my composure, even when I was being berated and verbally abused in that live stream. You know, I really think that people need to be ashamed. It's like they have some vision of me, people, and they won't ever shake it. And I think that they really are terrible. They're disgusting, these people. Like, where are the good people? Okay, there's one good person, and she's like in her 90s. Okay, like, and she was the one good person in this whole thing who helped me, and she's in her 90s. Okay, like, so she's like not going to be alive much longer. She's so old. Like, she's from another time period when people did show courtesy to each other, right? But the people active in today's world, what is wrong with them? And why do they think that I'm the problem? That's what I want to say. Like, be ashamed. I should probably just, like, change the name of this live stream. It's shameful. These people, all the people in this story that I've just reiterated, told right now, all of them, except for me, and this 90-year-old, 90-plus-year-old, but everybody else should be ashamed.